Hello, what's happening? Welcome back to the Be Wild vlog. So, for those of you that tuned in yesterday, I spoke about Julia Wendell, who is the young woman who believes that she may be Madeleine McCann. We've had some great numbers on that video, so I thought today I would cover it again because I got some new questions and because it seems that the viewers want to know more about whether or not this girl is Madeleine McCann. So, first things first, right? I've said from the beginning, I don't believe she's Madeleine McCann. There are certain things that are going in her favor that could kind of suggest that she might be, but it's a long shot for a girl who was like, a baby and claims that she's got some long lost memories. I just think that's a bit hard to believe. However, she does have the eye defect that Madeleine McCann had, famously. The little slit in her eye. She also claims that she's got certain... Sorry. I am just making my breakfast again. Same thing, same different day. She also claims to have certain birthmarks and freckles, moles, that type of thing that match up with Madeleine. Somebody in my comments said, well, why doesn't she just come on live TV and show those markings? And surely that would prove it. But I don't think that would necessarily prove it. You know what people are like. So let's get into the stuff that's a bit more... also, I just want to address, I did have some quite funny comments. People saying, you talk a load of rubbish. Somebody said, where'd you get your information from? What did they say? It was... I can't remember, but somebody said, where'd you get your research from? MSN. So, just a disclaimer. This is my personal vlog. I was going to come on here and talk about how I've had a letter from the hospital saying that they're ready to take my tonsils out. So instead you get a little bit of this. Right, so I've written a couple of things down. From what I can see, word on the road is that she has a 70% DNA match with Gerry McCann. I was thinking, how does she even know that? How does she have access to Gerry McCann's DNA? But it turns out that that's from the original DNA swabs that Kate and Gerry gave at the time. The big issue with that is she's got a match to Gerry McCann, but she doesn't have a match to Kate McCann. Well, I've got a theory. I have a theory. And again, this is just my vlog. These are just my silly opinions. I'm no expert. I'm just having a chat. So my theory goes like this. Was Julia... How do I say it? So let's go back a little bit. We all know, or those of you who have been interested in the Madeleine McCann case, we all know that Kate McCann had trouble getting pregnant. So she had Madeleine, apparently naturally, but then the twins that she had after Madeleine were a product of IVF. I wonder if Madeleine could have been the result of a surrogate mother. So this is the way my mind's thinking. Maybe Madeleine was the product of a surrogate mother illegally, and then the surrogate mother regretted it, came to Portugal prior to losing, snatched their baby back from the McCanns. What? Now tell me that ain't crazy. Tell me that ain't a mad theory. I love a conspiracy theory as much as the next one, but if this one's true, it's a Maza. It's a Mazaline. That's my theory. So, yeah, that is it. Was Madeleine the result of a Polish surrogate mother, and the mother regretted giving up her child, and she went in, she found out where the McCanns were going to be on holiday, and she was like, "Nah, give me my kid back." The reason that I say that it would have had to have been illegal is because I was thinking in my head, why couldn't the McCanns just come forward and say, "Oh, that's the surrogate mother. She's been a bit fruity as of late, and we think she's come and taken the child back." So they must have had a reason. If this theory holds any water, of course, then there must have been a reason why the McCanns couldn't just say Madeleine was a surrogate and we think it's the mother. Another massively wild conspiracy theory that I've liked for a long time, this is very out there, is that Madeleine McCann was born to Kate and Gerry through some sort of illegal project, like the MK Ultra project, or the Montauk experiments. I don't know what that one is, but you know what I'm saying, yeah? What if some government agency was doing or some non-government agency was doing some illegal research, and because Kate and Gerry were, in the club, because we know Jerry's in the club. Jerry's a well-known Freemason, involved in a scandal at Celtic Football Club with young boys going back a good few years. That's just who Gerry is. He's somebody that may owe people favors. That's a wild conspiracy theory, I admit. But I am fascinated by this case, and I'm starting to actually question if we're going to get an answer to this. I'm wondering, why did the police arrest her? Like, it makes no sense. Apparently, they also arrested Julia's friend who was with her. I mean, what could they be like on harassment charges? I was thinking more along the lines of like coming into the UK without the correct visa or something. But they're saying harassment charges. They were at the airport. Who did they harass? Why is Kate and Gerry McCann so important that the British government and the police would swoop in there and extract Julia before she even got out the airport? What do they have that we don't? Because if somebody who'd had a problem with you or with me flew into the UK and they were planning to come and terrorize us, listen, they'd have to kill you before the police would even take your phone call. So I'm suspicious. I'm always suspicious of the McCanns. Never in the history of this country has there been a family that have had such profound treatment, apart from the royal family, apart from the royal family and maybe a few aristocrats, I can't think, especially in the public eye, I can't think of a family that's had quite so much special treatment as they have. We all would like to find the answers to what happened to Madeleine. We would all love for Madeleine to come home. So if Julia is Madeleine, that's why it's captured the hearts of the nation, because we want Madeleine home. But they've spent upwards of £12 million of the taxpayers' money trying to find a girl that most people think died in that apartment. I think Madeleine died in that apartment. I think this was a cover-up that could have been prevented, and I think she died in that apartment. But never give up hope, and the fantasist in me would love for something to come out about this Julia to say that she is long-lost Madeleine. So I wonder, will we get any answers? Will Kate and Gerry just decide, right, okay, let's stop this? Because listen, this is not just nonsense anymore. This is them being dragged out of their peace, out of their nice little house in Leicester. I said Lancashire yesterday. I think I was still stuck on Jay Slater, but in Leicestershire, whatever it is, they've been dragged out of their peace, and now they have this ongoing situation where a girl's been arrested for harassment. But this girl, she's got some grounds to be at least curious. She says that she was taken away from her family as a baby. She has memories. She's had such profound mental issues because of these memories that she can't quite grasp. That apparently a doctor had her sedated and medically numbed to remove any like memories from her childhood, and they've said they've done that on the basis of trauma. Well, I'm wondering if it's not trauma and she's actually been telling the truth. Look, I'm going to finish cooking my breakfast. We've done enough talking here. Please don't come in my comments shouting at me. I'm just having a laugh. I'm just having a chat. And if Kate and Gerry McCann see this, I'm watching you. We're all watching you. But nonetheless, it's just my conspiracy theories. Nothing here holds weight. For some better research and some better information, I do recommend going over to the Sean Atwood podcast. I'm sure they can give you some better explanations than I can. I respect what they're doing. But in the meantime, thank you for tuning into the Be Wild vlog. Please subscribe and like and go and watch some of my other videos. I'll be around. I'll be back. Loves you. Ta-da!